Hi fashionistas, this is Lindsay and I am at World of Disney. We're going to take a little walk through the ear section of World of Disney and just look at all of the ears that are available right now. Some are older and have been here quite a while, some are on the newer side, so let's take a look. First of all, we have these gorgeous Snow White ones. These are one of my favorite pairs of Snow White ears. They're so sparkly. I love the nod to her dress sleeve in there. The headband on these is super sparkly and the back is sparkly too. Love those. And let's just stay with the princess theme and go down here to Cinderella. These are a blue satiny ear. They have an iridescent trim on them and an iridescent bow right there. Ooh, I like that. There's a carriage here with lots of sparkles, more sparkles on this side. The bow has that little clock in the middle, which is super cute. The headband on this one is the blue satin too. And then the back of this is just the plain. So pretty. And I guess we'll just stay with the princess theme for a while. Here are Rapunzel ears. These have the pretty little lace trim and the little lace up right there like her corset. And the same kind of little designs on it too. Pretty bow. That again looks kind of like her little corset and her sleeves. And we have the sun and Pascal. I do love Pascal. This one has the purple satin headband on the outside. The inside is lined with like a pink velvet. It's really pretty. I believe these are just plain on the back. Yeah, that plain lavender. This is a just generic princess. If maybe you love them all or you are the princess. So here we have those sparkly silver ears. This has kind of a faux vinyl feel, but it's soft. It's not like the lounge flight ears that we see sometimes. It's a lot softer. And then you have the little tiara right there with the pink gems. The headband for this one is the same sparkly material, pink velvet lined. Those are so pretty. And then Ariel ears. Now you want to talk about sparkle. These have got some sparkle. I love that. I could sit there and do that for a while. And then they have pearl trim and that pretty little bow that kind of looks a little bit like seaweed or a sea flower. The headband for this one is an iridescent kind of shimmery green. It's not just plain green. And then it does have the kind of velvety lining on the inside. I like that they started putting that velvety lining inside because it just makes everything a little more comfortable. Here's some Moana ears. We have shells and trim. You got that nice hearted taffety right there, the burlap bow, and then the headband itself is also burlap. Over here we have a little bit more like generic ears. These, the next couple that we're going to look at aren't so much character ears as they just are colored. So these are pink, pale pink and rose gold. Very pretty. The bow shimmers a lot with that rose gold, and then it has that rose gold sequin look there too. These are almost like a chiffon with the sequin overlay. And then here we have hot pink. So this is like a fuchsia color. That bow is great. I love this bow. This color right here takes me straight back to the 80s. And these are one of my favorite new pairs of ears. I adore these. I'm trying to talk myself out of them because I have probably 40 pairs of mini ears. I don't need any more, but these are so pretty. These are kind of like the faux leather, kind of like what you see on a Loungefly bag. They have a tiny bit of shimmer. You can probably see that shimmer there. And then the bow is a sequin bow wrapped up in a sheer bow. And the sheer bow has these iridescent pink Minnie or Mickey heads on there. I love these so much. I think these are amazingly cute. I want them so bad. Okay, now back to a few character bows. Another pair that I really like a lot, Tinkerbell. So much sparkle there. Here's the headband itself. And then the bow is great, and I love the little puffball and her wings. These are so sweet. And I have seen these on several people at the parks or here at Disney Springs, and they just shine so well in the sunlight. That green just really pops. Over here we have some mini ones. This is the pink classic mini. Pink and white polka dots. And then you've got the gold bow. Now, these have a sequined headband. I personally find the sequin headbands to be a little bit less comfortable because you can see right here, this rubs against your ear. And I don't necessarily like that as much. I kind of like it when they do more of the plain headband, but it looks really pretty. So if you're not bothered by the sequins, go for it. Those are precious, absolutely precious. And then here we have a jasmine pair. These are made of satin with the detailing. You can see the lamp up there. And we have the jewel in the middle. These also have a little veil on the back. Let's take a look at the back of it. So a little veil on the back. Super cute. And, oh, an Elsa pair. Now the Elsa pair has silver trim. It has rhinestones and glitter, and it's all against like this pale blue background that kind of has like an ombre effect around it. It's gorgeous. I love the gem right there in the middle. So pretty. This one also has the veil on the back, and the back of the ears are decorated. This veil is a little bit longer too than the jasmine one. Kind of like the cape on Elsa's dress, and it does have the ombre effect on here too. I really like these two. So now we have some classic ones. These are just classic mini ears. You've got the velvet poofy black ears with the red poofy bow. And then you've got kind of the same concept but just with different colors. That one's got the black and white bow. Down here you have Mickey ears. These don't have a bow. These are perfect just as they are, but you can also take them and get them like painted on, customized over at the Christmas store here. You can add whatever bow you like if you just want a bow, but they're perfect just like they are. Now here's another pair that's very classic, but where this pair doesn't have the sequins, this pair does. Now the headband again has the sequins on it, so if you are kind of sensitive to that, this may not be your best pair. That pair may work better for you. Although, I really like the way that one looks. Now moving on, there are a lot of ears here. We're not even halfway through yet. So here we have the Ratatouille ones. The bow looks like cheese. And these are kind of the loungefly feel to them, the pleather. And then here's what they look like on the back, which I kind of like the back as much as I like the front. They just look so summery and picnicky, right? Here's a headband. And then down here we have Coco ears. And these have a canvas feel to them. Pretty little bow right there. Here is your headband. It's just a plain black. And then the back has that rainbow. So pretty. Again, I think I like the back of those better than the front. Maybe I could turn the bow around and wear it that way. There are more Coco ears here. These are super cool. I see these a lot around October. Lots of people tend to wear these. Embossed on the ear part. And then in lieu of a bow, you've got the sugar skull and the beautiful flowers. The up ones, these I think broke the internet back about a year or so ago. They have the grape soda badge there with the safety pin, and then it's embossed with the house. Adventure is out there, a compass on this side. You got the bow tie from Carl right there, and the bow tie can be taken off too on this one. You can see how it just kind of clips on right there, so you can take that off if you don't like it. And balloons. Who doesn't like a Mickey balloon? These are perfect, and the bow just makes it even better. I love that big floofy bow. Well, this is one of my very favorite pairs here. Again, I I have to talk myself out of merch. And that's one of the things about being a local is you see so many things that you love, but like your house is only so big. Your bank account is only so big. There's only so much storage space you can have. So you have to keep talking yourself out of things that you really do love. And this is one of those things. I love the ride. It's a Small World. It's one of my favorites. I know people don't care for it sometimes because the song gets stuck in your head or they think the dolls are a little cheesy. I love that ride. I could ride it every single time I go, and pretty much do. So these have the most gorgeous little blue color. They have the children from some of the different lands on there. That beautiful bow with the clock face. I love the pink and the blue together. I think it's just gorgeous together. And then the back of these, you got a couple more of the little lands and icons. These are just perfection. Again, every time I see them, I have to convince myself not to buy them. These are so cute too. These are from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway over at Hollywood Studios. You got Pluto with his little picnic basket. You've got like a tablecloth bow with Chubby in the middle. You got Mickey and Minnie over here in their little car. Here's the bow. It kind of looks like a picnic, not the bow, the headband that kind of looks like a picnic basket. And then the back of these are hilarious. You've got the Run-a-Muck Railroad insignia here, and then that's what I love so much, the end right there with Goofy popping out, just like on the ride. So cute. Now we're into some snack ears. So these are popcorn ears. These always feel funny to me because this right here is an actual cloth, it's fabric, and then you've got these plastic popcorn pieces. They're cute. I don't like the way they feel, but here's your bow here. It's all about popcorn and Mickey waffles and different snacks. And then you've got the cute little headband here too. And one more snack one. These are the churro ears. So again, they're sugar dusted churros. The bow has that sugar dusted look. The headband of these is really gorgeous. I love that beautiful bronze color. Down here we have some Pride ears from last year. We should be seeing some new ones coming out soon. And then just some classic character ones. Pretty blue sequin bow. At one time there was a Loungefly backpack that matched these. I think the back of these has more characters. Super cute and very classic. Now here are some more classic, but this is a different colorway. So before we saw black with red and white polka dots, here we have red and white polka dotted base with a black bow. They do have the sequin headband. If you are into bows, here you go. This is a great big bow, huge. And then the ears for these are nice and furry, so they're really comfy. They feel good. Plain black and red. And then here's another pair of pink ones, but these aren't sequined. So if you do have a problem with like the sequin headbands, but you like the pink, this is a good choice for you. And one more sequin pair of mini ears. And these, again, they just have several different colorways of these. These, of course, have the black base, the white bow with the red polka dots. All right, now moving on to our next set. These are kind of, I think all of these are basically Star Wars on this side. We have Darth Vader. These have a really cool bow. I like those. And then the Darth Vader himself is pretty cool too. The back is just kind of plain. I like those. And Yoda ears. These are super fun and these do not hurt. They are very soft and very flexible. So if you tend to get headaches from ears, these are a great choice. Here we go, some more classic movie ears. These are from the 45th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. I think these have a different design on the back. Oh, no, these are plain. Must have been thinking about a different pair. And then these Hoth ears are pretty new. There's a backpack that matches these as well and a baseball jersey. These are gorgeous. when I was in here not too long ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I was looking at the entire Hoth collection, the backpack, these ears, the baseball jersey, and there were so many people that came up and they were like, oh my gosh, I love that, that's so pretty. And then they would be like, oh, it's Star Wars? I don't really like Star Wars, but I really want that. So this is a collection that is pretty enough to make even non-Star Wars fans Star Wars fans. I love it, but I am a Star Wars fan, so, you know, probably didn't take much to make me love them. Oh, I think this is the pair that I was thinking about that had one design on the front and then another design on the back. Again, very cute. And then down here we have another pair of Darth Vader ears, and I think these are super cool because they have a veil on them. So they look pretty much like his uniform. I even love the little control panel here. And then the back has the veil. Kind of makes it a little bit more feminine. Over here we have some fun ones. There's a Captain America pair. These are kind of very vintage and retro looking. Great for Memorial Day or 4th of July coming up soon. And if you are feeling a little bit more villainous, there's a Loki pair. Pretty velvet bow right there. It has his horns on it. A little bit of shimmer from that gem. The back is really cool. And to continue the Marvel theme, we have a pair of Groot ears, and these feature Baby Groot, who is my absolute favorite version of Groot, right? Like, how do you not love Groot dancing in that little flower pot? And Scarlet Witch ears. Oh, I do love her so much. And these are a little bit different version. This is like the Gen 2 version. These are Loungefly ones too. The original Scarlet Witch ears that they had the tiara came down a good bit further, but it didn't always fit on the head so well. You had to push the ears really far forward in order for this to come down on your forehead. So it ended up kind of being bent up on top of your head a lot. They were pretty to look at, but I think these are just a lot more functional. Down here, we have some Nightmare Before Christmas ears. Jack Skellington ones here. And then we have Sally. I've always liked this particular Sally pair because they have the needle on it, and I just think that's a really cool touch. Again, these have been around for quite a while. Some of the ears that we're showing today are newer, some are much older. It's just kind of whatever is here at World of Disney today. These are a newer pair. They have the clear sequins over them, so they don't quite give you the sequin look, but you still get the shimmer, which is super cool. I like the bow. And these are Loungefly ears too. And then these are so cute. They're the little munchlings. They almost look like the create your own headbands that are so popular right now with the little plushies that you can buy separately. But these come already done and they are adorable. And then you guys, we got one more set to go. So this is a smaller set. I think there's only 2 pairs. So we're almost done. Thank you so much if you've stayed with me this far. I hope you've really enjoyed our ear tour. These are the unicorn ears. These are so perfect. I see little girls wearing these all the time, and I totally understand why. When I was a little girl, this would totally have been my fantasy. It's pink, it's iridescent and sparkly. You've got gorgeous bow. You've got that multicolored, shiny unicorn horn, and this rainbow pastel veil behind it. I mean, okay, honestly, let's just be real for a moment. I'd probably still wear these. I love this. I think it's great. This says it's reversible sequins, so you can flip them up or down. I've never noticed that, but I guess you can flip them down for a little bit of a different look to it. Cool. And then one more pair over here. This is a newer pair, just out in the last couple of months. They're so pretty. It's Haunted Mansion, but it's like pastel goth Haunted Mansion. beautiful, beautiful with the pretty veil. I love all of those. Just so pretty. All right, one more look here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed this ear roundup. Thank you for joining me, and happy shopping.